Just an update for those watching this at home. This whole thing is all staged. You cannot see this from where you are watching, but where we are watching, there's a whole bunch of lights. There's guys reading from auto cues, and all of it is just a staged reality. None of it is actually true. And this whole thing is all just a conspiracy to get people to think about irrelevant things like Brexit and Boris and politics, when none of us have really got any power at all. And of course, it's completely irrelevant. The most relevant thing for all of us to realise is that all our problems are created by our parents for having us in the first place, and reproduction should be made illegal. That is the solution to all of our problems. Brexit is only a problem because people are reproducing. If people stop reproducing, there will be no more people to be in or out of Brexit. Boris Johnson is only here because of the problem of his parents having a good time all those years ago. If they would have taken precautions, we wouldn't have to deal with him right now. This is all very easily sorted out, and we at the Expiry Party are a new political party calling for one demand and one demand only: to make reproduction illegal. Thank you. This will solve all the problems. It will mean that all these poor cameramen who are paid all this money to create ridiculous propaganda won't have to do this anymore. You who have spent many years getting degrees and qualifications in camera work only to end up filming people like this guy here who's just reading off some auto cue, you are only in this job because your parents had you without having enough money to be able to support you to do the things you really want to do, which is to make films about whatever it is you would really like to make films about, because I'm sure that none of you actually really want to be here, part of this ridiculous, massive propaganda and bunch of lies. I'm trying to get the people to understand something that's completely incomprehensible, all the ridiculous rules, Brexit and no Brexit, when it's completely irrelevant anyway, because the world is going to pot, the environment is no good, and there are 7.7 billion people on the planet, and it's getting worse and worse every day. 350,000 people are being impregnated every single day in the world. And you guys carry on talking about Brexit. You need to turn to the cameras and tell all your viewers to stop reproducing. Look at this guy here at the end, but he's got his suit on, he's got his notes. You'd read anything, wouldn't you? You'd read anything that comes on the auto cue, wouldn't you?
Yeah, hi. Do you want to show me the badge as well, please?
I can show you my warrant card, yeah. I'm a police officer on duty at Central West Police Station.
Yeah, so you're like, you're just plain clothes, but you're on duty.
I am on duty, yes.
But plain clothes, yeah.
Well, that's none of your business. But so I actually asked the question. I've seen you using the loudhailer.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm merely asking the question. What is your intention to do with that today?
Right. I never know how to answer you, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to just count to 30, just to calm myself down, because whenever a police officer shows me the thing, it just makes me feel a little bit uncomfortable, because a lot of friends of mine have been really badly dealt with by the police. So I just count to 30.
No pressure from me.
Fantastic, great. Yeah, it's fine. You can ask whatever you like. Yeah. Stop and count. Yeah.
Do you need me to get anyone to come and speak with you? Do you require any medical assistance or anything like that?
Oh, I see. No, thanks.
You don't need anything at all?
No, thank you so much. It's really sweet of you.
We have to ask this question.
Yeah. Because I wasn't aware that using a megaphone is against the law.
No, I'm merely asking the question.
Right.
I've not accused you of anything. I was just seeing you using it outside the store down the road.
And what, you've got some, you think it might be...
Potentially it could cause some disorder. So
that's
why I'm asking the question. That's all, just fact-finding.
Okay, great.
Yeah?
Nice to meet you.
So, do you care to divulge as to what the issue is?
Well, I'll tell you what, the best thing for you to do, because it's really difficult, because it's a kind of, I suppose it's an art form that I've been working on for about 10 years. The best way to understand it, I don't know if you like art or comedy. Are you into art, comedy sort of thing?
By the by, but thank you for asking.
Okay, but
I keep
anyway.
my private life.
Right, okay. So, but the best thing for you to do is you can. I'll do another little performance over here, and you can just listen, and then you'll find out what I'm doing.
Okay, fine. Well, what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have to alert my uniform colleagues around the corner.
Oh, you can.
Just for your presence.
You can do that. That's fine.
Just so they're aware.
That's fine. You can say, I'm the bloke with the megaphone. That's fine. Okay, thank you very much.
Absolutely.
No problem. Thank you very much. Nice to meet you. Bye bye. What do you think about that?
Not necessarily a bad idea. Overpopulation, waste of the world's resources, the waste of space that some people are, but at the same time, more people means more ideas and more growth. So, 6 of one, half dozen of the other.
What do you think? Do you think reproduction should be illegal?
I don't know about illegal. I think it's personal choice. I understand why people make the decision in terms of the environmental impact and they think it's a protest, but I just think...
What about from the child's point of view, being brought here without their consent?
Everyone's born without consent, but
Exactly.
there's no way of getting consent from an unborn child. So
That's true, however, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't. In other words, one could argue philosophically that you shouldn't have the child if you can't get consent, and you can't get consent, therefore you shouldn't have the child, because, I actually, would you have consented to have been born had you have been, had your soul been contacted and said, okay, this is the risks that your parents are about to open you to, right, and gave you all the statistics and the chances of how you could come out? You'd probably not choose to be born, would you? Not with all those risks. Getting cancer and being in a horrible disease or being... Would you? Really? You'd risk having autism?
Chances of being born is 400 trillion to 1.
Yeah.
That's just the chance of being born.
Yeah.
If you're telling me that I'm able to take that chance and be that 1 in 400 trillion to 1, yeah.
Yeah, but you don't know what it would be like to have, have you been around hospitals and seen children with cancer?
Yeah.
Would you be prepared to take a risk with your life with that? Would you?
Yeah.
Wow. And you?
yeah, everything's a risk.
I know.
So you have to take risks to survive.
Oh, I know you have to take
Otherwise,
risks to
we may as
survive, but
well-
the question is, would you have done it before if you knew that those were the risks involved?
Well, I think you have to say yes. Otherwise, we may as well just topsoil and level everything, really. It's how evolution happens. I think it's a step too far towards madness, really.
Okay, great, thank you. We're getting people's views about a new idea that I'm involved with to make reproduction illegal. Would you be okay to police a law like that?
I'm not going to answer the question.
No? What do you think about the idea of making reproduction illegal?
I would go to our press officer.
Would you?
Yeah.
Yeah? What do you think, though, as human? Are you not allowed to...
Go to the press officer.
Are you under some kind of control? Your words are basically... You can't just say what you...
But you are recording me, and you're probably trying to catch me out, aren't you?
No, I'm not at all. I'm genuinely trying to find out whether you think reproduction should be made illegal or not.
I'm not going to give you an answer.
No?
No.
Well, you have. You have given me an answer, which is that you're not going to give me one. There's nothing to worry about.
I'm not going to give you an answer. Just contact our press office.
Okay, no problem, will do.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you something that you probably know is true deep down. Unfortunately, university has become the latest super scam of the super rich to basically put you into debt before you even get going on the slavery market. If any of you are in debt at the end of this 3-year scam, you might feel like blaming the government. But it's not the government who are to blame for your problems, it's your parents. Your parents should never have brought you here without thinking carefully about your life after the age of 18. Most parents stop thinking about that. In fact, some parents don't even get that far. But your parents clearly didn't think about this, because why would you want to have a child that's in debt for £100,000 at age 21? And that's without the drugs bill. I know it costs a lot of money taking drugs, guys. On top of the tuition fees, I don't know how you get by these days. In my day, at least it was free. So I blame your parents And I urge you, in this time, whilst you've got a little bit more time to think about things, to please consider sterilisation. Gentlemen, nothing would be better for you than sterilisation. A vasectomy is a very quick operation that can be reversed if you really have some moment of madness and think you want to reproduce. Please, guys, consider as the best investment you could ever make is having yourself a vasectomy. Have you had a vasectomy, sir?
No.
Would you consider?
Maybe.
Would you consider having a vasectomy? Please.
No.
Why not? Why have you not had a vasectomy? Can you tell me?
No.
You mean you walk around the place with a loaded gun? You could make someone pregnant with that thing. They're giving away cakes at the Dementia Society, Research Society. They're giving away cakes. I can't remember if I'm a member of the Dementia Society or not. Don't know. Now, ladies and gentlemen. That was a good one. That is a fair enough heckle.